Universities around the nation had a rough week, and some may say an existential crisis. Police, alongside pro-American and pro-Israel groups, clashed with what appears to be an all-out Palestinian invasion of college campuses across the nation. The violence and chaos is so intense. Many universities have canceled graduation ceremonies, and many students are demanding full refunds for the shortened learning year. Columbia University in New York was overrun by Palestinian rioters, smashing windows, invading the building, and barricading themselves inside for a few days. In an infamous video, a rioter complains that they are running out of food and water. She demanded the public to help them out in overthrowing a university and pleaded for more food and water. This did not work, however. Americans largely laughed at the absurd request and even made a meme out of her.
Well, first of all, we're saying that they're obligated to provide food to students who pay for a meal plan here.
But you mentioned that there was a request that food and water be brought in, unless I misunderstood.
To allow it to be brought in. I mean, well, I guess it's ultimately a question of what kind of community and obligation Columbia feels it has to its students. Do you want students to die of dehydration and starvation or get severely ill, even if they disagree with you? If the answer is no, then you should allow basic, I mean, it's crazy to say because we're on an Ivy League campus, but this is like basic humanitarian aid we're asking for. Like, could people please have a glass of water?
But they did put themselves in that very deliberately, in that.
Later that night, New York's police department prepared to take back the university with military-style equipment and riot gear. They were not joking around. By nighttime, the police had successfully taken back the university and conquered the Palestinian invaders. The massive turning point for the Battle of the Columbia University came when the New York Police Department patriotically ripped down the Palestinian flag and attached a new American flag in what appears to be a victory.
And another significant part of the video was at the end. That's our flag, folks. Don't take over our buildings and put another flag up. That may be fine to other people, but it's not to me. My uncle died defending this country. And these men and women put their lives on the line. And it's despicable that schools will allow another country flag to fly in our country. So blame me for being proud to be an American. And I thank Commissioner Daughtry for putting that flag back up. We're not surrendering our way of life to anyone.
And you know, you saw it last night. That's one good thing that really happened. You saw it last night because New York was under siege last night. And these people, first they were intense, and the person that heads up Columbia University was a great school. It's been, badly damaged, I think, reputationally. But the person that heads it up, a woman, she waited so long. She was so weak. She was so afraid. She was so bad. They could have done this with the tents, and it would have gone quickly and no problem. But they did an incredible job. They went into one of the big buildings, a beautiful landmark building. Boy, they got the hell beat out of it last night. You're supposed to take care of those buildings. It took a beating. But the police came in, and in exactly 2 hours, everything was over. It was a beautiful thing to watch. New York's finest. You saw them go up in ladders. You saw them go up in ladders to break in the windows and getting in. And that's dangerous because you don't know what's on the other side of that window. And they went in, they knocked it out, and they were incredible. They did a great job. New York's finest. And
in a viral video, some patriotic students at UNC Chapel Hill were seen protecting the American flag from the Palestinian invasion. A GoFundMe was set up for the brave men, and it's nearing $400,000.
Fuck you! Fuck you! to fucking war. Hey, bro, lose some weight. Lose some weight. Hey, don't even talk to that bitch. Hey.
I love America. I love that side of America. It's like we all just kind of connected our brains and stood there protecting one thing, and we all were like we all were looking at every direction. If stuff was flying in, we would say heads up. We would cover each other. We would look out for other people. We would swap. We had like for an hour, and our hands did hurt. Our arms did hurt. It was like an arm day for me that day. It was no gym happened that day afterwards. It was exhausting. You know, I remember we were all standing in there, and I think I made a joke. I was like, oh, I don't know if it's a joke, but I was like, I'd die for this flag. And everybody was like, yeah, if they get any closer, we're gonna start throwing hands. Like we're not going anywhere. I don't care. They're gonna have to tear me off this flag like by my dead body, you know, stuff like that.
Megyn Kelly had harsh words for the Palestinian invaders, stating that a lot of them were kind of ugly, and another interviewer stated that most of these invaders were the unpopular kids who never really had any friends to hang out with.
In front of the cameras. And by the way, why are they so unattractive? I really legitimately want to know. Why are all the protesters so homely? I don't think they're unconnected. I'm not going to lie. I think attractive, smart people are not drawn to this nonsense. They're living their lives being successful. It's the unattractive and or dumb people who feel the need to do this to feel like they matter. Sorry.
The majority of these college students honestly know exactly what they're protesting for.
The majority of these college students are here on a government loan. They are studying something unbelievably stupid. They are basically being bilked for money. They have no idea. It's the next cool thing to do. The average person, I think, at these protests is the kid that isn't cool or good looking enough to be invited to a house party. So because they're not invited to a house party, they make their own, which is out here, which is why what happens when they summon these people with a flyer, 10,000 of them show up. These are 10,000 people with nowhere else to be.
Meanwhile, in California, a pro-Israel group decided to take matters in their own hands and began to attack the Palestinian invaders who took over the UCLA college. That night, the police came in and cleared the area, reclaiming the stolen university.
Taking a look around the encampment after police have gone through here and forced the pro-Palestinian demonstrators out. CHP tells me 100 people were taken into custody during this operation. It took about 3 hours.
That's the update on the university wars. I'll keep you updated as they continue, and remember to laugh a little. I'm going to end this newscast with a funny video. Have a fantastic day.
Real quick, Trump's just outside of a fire station after leaving court. He's got pizza for the guys. This is typical Trump. Let's poke in and see what he's up to right there.